Today, I'm attempting the hardest inputs in fighting games.
Holy Jesus. What is that?
Including this one, which I forgot about in a previous video.
Oh my God.
The goal for today is learning to input these moves consistently, alright? Not just once, because anyone can do that if I'm being honest. So no, I want to get good at these inputs. But real quick, a fast disclaimer, I'm not going back decades to older fighting games. Because number one, I don't own those games yet. And number two, I want to save that topic for a future video, because old fighting games are a special breed of nonsense. I mean, just look at this move on screen right now. So you get the idea. Today, I'm attempting the hardest inputs in modern fighting games. So please leave a like down below for my suffering. I bet it's gonna get difficult today. And every like helps my videos out a ton, along with leaving comments and especially subscribing. In fact, I'm trying to reach 500,000 subscribers before GTA 6 gets here, so let's do it together. What's that? GTA 6 got delayed? Still counts, and that just means more time to reach that 500,000 subscribers. So yeah, if you enjoyed today's video, please subscribe. And alright everyone, without any further ado, let's begin. First up is Hayate's command grab in Dead or Alive, specifically Dead or Alive 6 for today, but apparently this move's been around since Dead or Alive 4 and it's infamous. Everybody was talking about it in my previous video, because apparently this move is so difficult it eclipses other attacks in Dead or Alive that are also fairly complicated, just nowhere near as difficult as this move. So first up is half circle forward throw right here. Okay, easy enough. I'm confident that I can do that part consistently. I'm really good at doing half circles. I say that, but then I messed up already, because that's not a half circle, is it? Maybe I'm not hitting enough of the... Yeah, I gotta make sure I hit all the diagonals. That's a staple in Dead or Alive games. You have to hit the diagonals. You can't just go back, down, forward. You gotta hit all the diagonals, like boom. There we go. I'm not gonna lie, it does feel difficult for the sake of being difficult, which I'm never a fan of in fighting games. I understand making it somewhat difficult, but it shouldn't be just really unintuitive, you know what I mean? It's really weird how hard the first part is. I get half circles every single time in other fighting games, but Dead or Alive wants to insist I'm doing it wrong, and I know I'm not. I know I'm hitting the half circle just fine. But it wants to insist that I'm not doing it for some reason. I also hate the reset. I hate that it's right stick plus R2. Come on, developers, come on. Ah, man, for anyone watching, it's not a matter of speed. You have to do the input during a certain window. When that text comes on screen, that blue text, that's when you gotta do the input. It's not about doing it fast, it's about doing it at a specific time. There's a window you have to hit, which is absolutely making it more difficult for me right now. I should also mention it's hot in this studio, like it's sweaty in here, so the longer I take to do this, the more frustrated I get. I'm more mad that the game's not being honest about my inputs. Like, I'll do a half circle, and it says, no, that's just forward throw, because I guess I didn't hit the diagonals, but I'm playing on pads, so I'll do this for example. It thinks that's a forward throw, and then I don't get my half circle even though I did the half circle. I gotta look closer at the demonstration. When does the combo throw pop up? So I'm supposed to do it there? Ah, it's tricky. I feel like I'm doing it. That's the weird part. I feel like I'm doing the input and it's just not giving it to me, and it's not clear why. Damn, that last part is hard. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can do it. Not in this session, at least. I give this a 10 out of 10 because I can't even do it. I'm good at the first two very consistently. The last part is so weird. And I think what makes the third part so difficult is pressing back, up, or down will throw off the whole input. So you must hit these diagonals precisely and nothing in between, or it cancels the input, which is very difficult to do. I think that's why. So yeah, it's a 10 out of 10. The first two parts are like a 5 out of 10. It's not that bad. But that third input is diabolical, and the whole thing combined becomes like a 9 out of 10. Ah, combined with the weird input window is tough too, man. I may have to come back to this game later and just do Soulcalibur for now. Alright, next up is Soulcalibur 6 on the PC. Looking pretty. I love how gorgeous this game is. So main attacks, reversal edges, where are the big boy command grabs? Here we go, throws, and then scroll down to the crazy throws. And here we go. So Summon Suffering is the one that everyone talks about, despite Calamity Symphony having more movements. Like, there's more inputs here, but yet everyone talks about Summon Suffering. So that's the input I'm doing today. And according to a avoid the puddle, Eris my goat, the secret is to focus on the start and ending inputs while hitting enough of the middle. In other words, you don't have to do the entire move perfectly. Instead, focus on the start and end while hitting enough of the middle. So that doesn't look too difficult. I wonder if I can do that on pad consistently. I wish there was a way to map it, but I guess not. All right, so here we go. That it? Nope, I did not get it as a regular back throw. Okay. I wonder if I can do like a down input to hide it and then do it while I'm down here. Feels like I'm not going up high enough maybe is the problem. Oh, that counted for some reason? I just did 2 full circles. Does that actually count? Can I just do 2 full circles? Will the game count that? That counted again, so you can just do a 720 pretty much. You can cheat the system by just doing a 720. Now, of course, the issue is how do you do that in front of the opponent's face without eating a hit? Soul Calibur looks slower than other games, but you'll get punched in the mouth for standing still, doing nothing, right? Just trying to do an input. Which is why you want to disguise the move by doing something else, like maybe a 2A, which is just a crouching light attack pretty much. 2A is a crouching horizontal, because Soul Calibur has anime notations that confuse everybody. You know, it feels like one of those moves that's much easier on arcade stick for sure. It's one of those relics of an older time since past, because nowadays fighting games are designed with controllers in mind, since the average gamer uses a controller and doesn't want to lug around a fight stick. I'm one of those people, by the way. I love old school fighting games, but I don't want to lug around a fight stick everywhere. So I'm actually happy that modern fighting games design around this instead of the big clumpy fight stick. I think it's kind of a relic of the past. But then again, maybe I'm just salty because I can't do this input super consistently. I've gotten it like 3 or 4 times while practicing, but I can't do it instantly on a dime. Yeah, just do 2 full circles. That's the way to actually do it consistently. Start it down forward, and then do 2 full circles and end it down back. That's the way to do it, pretty much. It might not be quite a 720, but you get the point. I'm rotating that stick twice. And yes, I'm using the analog stick, which I do for other games too, like Street Fighter. I'll play Zangief with pad, but then do the analog stick for his 720 or 360 inputs. I'll just switch it. And yeah, it turns out that's the secret. It's just a double circle input pretty much, but you end it down forward. Not really as hard as I thought. It's still difficult. I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like a 6.5, maybe a 7 if you're brand new to fighting games, but it's nothing too crazy. Yeah, you can even start at the wrong spot if you want to, like back or up back, and then just do 2 circles and end it down back, and the game will give it to you. Now with that said, I'm still not able to do it after a 2A, which is what you want to be able to do. You want to get so good with this move that you can input it on a dime after doing other attacks that disguise the input you're doing, right? Which I'm still not good at right now. I can't get it consistently. So yeah, I'd say a 7 out of 10, maybe a 6.5 out of 10. Man, this lady got no butt. Developers did her dirty. Where's the booty? She's so flat in the back. All right, next up is Virtual Fighter with Akira's Knee. So this move is infamous because despite only being 2 buttons, you have to release block after 1 frame. Yeah, for anyone watching not aware, this game runs at 60 frames per second. Most video games do nowadays, so I have to press kick plus guard, then release guard in 1/60th of a second, otherwise known as 1 frame, right? It's pretty difficult to do for beginners. Now, pro Akira mains can do it, but obviously that's not me. I do enjoy this game. I like playing the monkey girl and playing Sarah too. Anyways, here's kick plus guard, right? That's what the regular knee looks like. It's not the Akira knee, all right? It's not the legendary Akira knee. I'm not releasing guard here, just pressing kick and guard at the same time. Oh, there it was. I just did it. So I had to look down at my controller, but that wasn't too difficult. How do I go back and keep doing it? Is there a way to just stay on this move? I guess in regular training mode, I can stay here and just lock it. Nope. Oh, there it is. Got it again. Not too bad, not too bad. So sadly, there's no trick. You can't slide your fingers really fast and then just hold kick. The game won't count that. You must do kick plus guard, then release guard. There's no shortcut there. Why are you blocking? Oh, it's a throw. I really wish there was some way to lock into the, you know what, I'm going to regular training mode because I know how to do it. Okay, now we're in free training, so the game won't reset or force the AI to block here. I can just keep practicing, and I'm beating up on Go because I hate his smug face. I wonder how you're supposed to do this on pad. There must be some kind of trick. On stick it would be super easy. Well, not super easy, just a lot easier because you press with 2 fingers then release 1 immediately, right? But on pad I'm using thumb, right? Just the 1 thumb, so it's kind of tricky. Can I just claw it? There it is, baby. Got it. That's 3 times already. Let's keep going. All right, there we go. So pretty consistent on this one. Not too bad. I'd say it's like a Maybe a 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, I guess is fair. And with practice, it obviously gets easier. And keep in mind, this is meant to be a regular move, all right? Akira players can do this consistently on a dime. It's not an issue for them. And I believe there's tricks to doing this input, but for today's video, I wanted to avoid the shortcuts as best as possible. So you know what? Final ranking, 7.5 out of 10. That's what I'm gonna say, because it's not easy to do consistently at all. If I was in the middle of a match, I'd likely never get this move, so I'd say 7.5 out of 10 for sure. Yeah, let's go. All right, everyone, and there you have it, the most difficult moves in modern fighting games that I could find. Raging Storm is surprisingly not that difficult. I thought it would be, but not really, no. Also, not technically a modern fighting game input, so another reason it's not in today's video. But thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Not gonna lie, the Dead or Alive input did frustrate me. I was getting mad and likely gonna cut some of the swear words out of today's video, but I was swearing, I was cursing. The game itself made me mad because I was doing the inputs, I swear to God I was, and the game was just saying, nope, not close enough. So leave a like if you enjoyed my suffering. I hope today's video was fun. Then for anyone new, finish that combo by subscribing and ringing that bell so you never miss any future content. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.